Philip Douthett, the men's marriage mentor here. I help men renew their failing marriages while creating a meaningful legacy. And if that's what you're looking to do, then you're definitely going to want to take notes on today's video. And if you found this information that you're going to learn today to be valuable, be sure to share this video and click the like and subscribe button so that you get the notifications of other videos that I release. Before we get into the video, be sure to stick around to the end where I reveal the details on how you can join me in my free training that walks you through how to renew your failing marriage by doing the right things at the right time in the right order, even if your situation feels completely hopeless right now. So be sure to stick around to the end for that announcement. And just so you know what to expect here, this video that you're about to watch was a training that I did inside of my private group that is directly related to the title of today's video. So get ready to take notes, then apply what you learn so that you can get the results that you desire. So with no further delay, let's get to it. As I asked her if she wanted to stay married on Sunday, she wouldn't give me an answer. I said it's either yes or no. An argument broke out. She finally said no to our marriage and hasn't budged since. I don't think I can do anything to save it. Doesn't she owe me a reason after 23 years? She doesn't owe you a fucking thing. Period. Straight up, man to man. She doesn't owe you a thing. Okay? That's your ego talking. Get over yourself. She doesn't owe you a damn thing. Period. End of story. Now, you thinking that she does owe you something is actually something that is keeping you stuck because you have this quid pro quo mindset towards her. Quid pro quo, what does that mean? You do something for me, I do something for you. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. That's what quid pro quo means, right? So, you know, you feel like I'm guessing that you feel like you've done a lot in your 23 years of marriage, and now she owes you something in return, right? Okay, well, no, she doesn't. So the fact that she owes you something, get over yourself. That's bullshit. She doesn't owe you anything, right? She hasn't budged on the fact that her answer is no, she doesn't want to stay married. So what do you want to actually accomplish with that type of argument, Michael? Seriously, you are really hurting yourself when you confront your wife. This is how idiotic your comment is here. And I mean that out of love. So if you're offended by it, then, well, put aside your ego and just shut up and listen, okay? Here's the thing. It's idiotic because you're giving your wife an ultimatum. You're saying there's a binary answer here. Binary, bi, meaning two, like bicycle, two. Yes or no. That's what binary means, right? Yes or no. The answer is yes or no. Do you want to be married? Yes or no. Get over your damn self. Seriously. Here's the thing. You cornered her, right? Maybe not physically, but in a sense, you cornered her and said, look, do you want to be married? Yes or no. Okay? It's not that simple. You cornering her and questioning her whether or not she wants to be married, what do you think the answer is going to be in a situation like that? Because you know damn well, if you have any common sense, you know damn well in your heart of hearts that doing such a thing is going to upset her. She's going to get pissed off. She's going to be mad that you cornered her, right? And because you cornered her, she's going to get what? Defensive, right? Just like any creature that you corner will do to protect themselves, whether physically or emotionally or whatever. Any animal, doesn't matter if it's dog, cat, squirrel, snake, human being, whatever, doesn't matter. You corner that creature and it will get defensive. That's what your wife is doing. You cornered her in this binary answer. I need a fucking answer to yes or no. Get over your fucking self. It's not a yes or no answer. You're killing yourself. You're killing the relationship and you don't even realize it. Because she's going to get defensive. And when you get defensive, what other emotion comes right along with a defensive type demeanor? Anger, ultimatum, this quid pro quo, this binary expected response from her. It's not even a response. It's a reaction, actually. And there's a difference between the two. She's giving you a no. I don't want to be married to you. You're an asshole. You're crude. You're mean. You're whatever. You know, she could say whatever she wants. And if you corner her, she's going to get defensive and angry and say no. Of course the answer is no. What do you expect her to say? What do you expect her to say when you corner her and in a sense, force her to, come up with an answer? Here's the thing. Here's the problem here that a lot of men do, and this is very, very important, so pay very close attention. You're trying to tackle the problems within your relationship when the foundation is not strong enough to handle the weight and the pressure of such a topic. Okay? I get it. Michael, I get it. Okay? But you're playing a first grader role in a college level game. Okay? You're playing an elementary role. Elementary is going to be like, I want an answer. I need a yes or no answer. Just tell me. Fuck that. Here's the thing. You've got to grow up. You got to mature. You got to advance. You have to be able to look at the perspective of her, look at the perspective of you, and see what's going to merge and how that's going to impact your relationship, right? But you don't see that. You don't see that merging of perspectives and understandings of one another. What do you see? You see what's in it for you. All you see is what's in it for you. I want an answer. I need to know. Are you in this? Are you going to fight for the marriage? Are you going to participate in it? Whatever, however you want to phrase it. What does that do? Pushes her away. Pushes her away, right? And she gets defensive. Shooting yourself in the foot here, man. The discussion of whether or not to stay in the relationship is not one that really should ever come up. Very contradictory to what a lot of you think and what makes common sense. But a lot of men are going to think that, I need to know if she's in the relationship, because if she's not, then I'm out. But that's pride. That's ego. That's not for the betterment of the marriage or for the family or your legacy when you do that. Everything is injured with that perspective. Here's my point. You have to be able to set aside your ego, your pride, and in a sense, look through her eyes. And I talk about this in great extensive detail inside the Men's Marriage Mastery program, but I'm not going to go into it here. But you have to be able to look through her eyes and, at least at a basic level, somewhat understand. That's all I'm going to say. Somewhat understand her perspective. Okay? There's a way to strengthen that understanding. What that is, I'm not here to say what it is right now. It's part of the program. But anyway, my point is the fact that you're trying to work on getting an answer for yourself, a selfish answer, based on a struggling, failing, injured, painful, lack of trust, lack of good communication relationship. It's injured. You're building a house of cards when you do that. Your foundation is not strong enough. There is a way, multiple ways, and I talk about this inside my program, where there's multiple ways to never even have this type of discussion that Michael's talking about. She gets mad. I'm reading this right here. She gets mad whenever the subject gets brought up, and she has completely checked out, all because I asked her if she wanted to stay married on Sunday. She gets mad, and she knows that the love between you two is not in a place that's not strong enough to handle the pressure, the weight that it takes to have the discussion of renewing the relationship. Now, like I said, a lot of guys will say, I need to have that conversation about what we're going to do moving forward. Okay? I can see your point, but that's a first grade level thinking. It's not graduate level. It's not adult level thinking. Not in a relationship. A renewed relationship, a loving relationship, and I talk about this in great detail in my program, is the fact that you never, ever even have the conversation of asking your wife, do you want to stay married, yes or no? That never even comes up. Contradictory to what some believe. You do not need to have that type of conversation. You can renew the relationship, save the marriage, however you want to phrase it, keep the marriage together, whatever, and never have the conversation as to whether or not she wants to stay married or you want to stay married. Never comes up. It did for me and my wife when I didn't understand what I was doing. But I, in a sense, cracked the code of what it takes to psychologically improve myself and my marriage and my parenting and my legacy. And some of you say that you're willing to fight for the relationship, but you're really not. And your ego gets in the way. Your pride gets in the way. Okay? And this is what happened with Michael right now. His pride is getting in the way. And he says that he's willing to fight for the relationship, but I don't believe him. I can see this multiple times over and over and over. I've seen this multiple times, I should say. I have seen this multiple times where men will say they're willing to do whatever it takes to renew the relationship, but at the end of the day, they're going to get their pride and their ego, and they're going to say, you know what? Fuck her. I can get some other do somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. I hear guys say that kind of shit, And on paper, it sounds good. And, well, is the grass greener on the other side? No. There's some truth to the contradictive analogy, or a contradictive quote, I guess you could say, that says, the grass is green where you water it. There's some truth to that. But here's the thing. Relationships, marriage, it's tough. Divorces are painful. They're embarrassing. But my question to you is, are you willing to fight for the relationship? Because here's the thing. Where does the fight start? It starts with you. It starts with you being able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I fucked up. I own my mistakes. This is what I need to do. And admitting to yourself that you don't know how to renew the relationship. Because here's the thing. If all of you knew what to do to renew the relationship, to save your marriage, however you want to phrase it, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be asking for help. You wouldn't be in the position that you're in right now. But you're allowing is the key word. You are allowing the situation to get out of control because of your lack of action of doing the right things at the right time in the right order. So if you knew what to do, you would have done it already and you wouldn't be here. And that's what I'm saying here to Michael on this comment that he made, is the fact that you don't know what you're doing. I would never, ever advise anyone, nor would I ever myself ask my wife, yes or no, do you want to stay in the marriage? Never ask that question. Stupidest fucking question you can ask. It's up there. There's probably other ones that are just as dumb, but this is one of them. It's high up there. Because all it does is it sets you up for failure, frustration, anger, defeat. Sets up the relationship for defeat and failure. When you ask a question like that, subconsciously, it's just hammering home your point, her point, your wife's point, that she doesn't want to be with you. And the fact that you get pissed off at her, and you said this yourself, an argument broke out and she finally said no to our marriage and hasn't budged since. So that's the thing. You set the relationship up for failure because you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Never ask that question. Ever. Because you know what the answer is going to be. And subconsciously, she says, no, I don't want to be in the marriage. That's just solidifying her thought process over and over and over and over and over and over and fucking over again. Do you want to be married? No. Do you want to work with me on this? No. Do you want me to take you to work? No. Do you want to have sex? No. Can I pick you up from work? No. Can I make you dinner? No. Do you want to stay married? No. No, 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 no. You keep answering the same. You get the same stupid fucking answer to your questions because you asked the wrong questions. And you're playing a first grader, well, role in a adult level game. Because Michael, if you knew what to do, you wouldn't be in this position. 23 years and she owes you a reason? Fuck no, she doesn't. She doesn't owe you anything. That's your ego. Get over yourself. Doesn't work that way. Woo! I just covered a lot of great information that will help you to renew both yourself and your marriage. And I hope that you put everything that you just learned into practice, because that's the only way that you're going to get results. But there is so much more that you can do, and I'm going to cover all of that in my free training that walks you through how to renew your marriage, even if your wife has told you that there's nothing that you can do to change her mind. So if you'd like to learn the specific strategies and methods that thousands of my clients have used and continue to use to renew their failing marriages and create a meaningful legacy, then click the link below, watch that free training, and then feel free to submit an application after that. Also, be sure to click the link to access my private Facebook group where you can get support and connect and even learn from a community of men who are also struggling to keep their failing marriages together. And when you join, I'll even send you a free copy of my latest ebook. And if you like what you heard today and you want more content like this from me, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to comment below with any questions or tell me whatever it is that you found to be the most helpful. And like I mentioned before, click the link below for that free training that I mentioned earlier. I'm Philip Douthett, the Men's Marriage Mentor, and I'll see you on the next video.